right, we'll go ahead and get things kicked off. Thanks so much for taking the time out today to join our webcast. And I'm Marley Long. I'm the marketing manager here at Cardiolog Analytics. And today we're focusing on how to improve the SharePoint end user experience with search analytics. So we're going to focus specifically on search. So hopefully you guys can learn a few new things about how you can utilize search analytics to improve your SharePoint portal. Just a bit of housekeeping. So the webinar is being recorded, so if you want to share this with anyone, with a colleague in the next few days, we'll be sending everyone who has signed up the recording. And if you want to connect with us on Twitter, you're more than welcome to connect with us with our Twitter handle is @Cardiolog. And if you have any questions throughout the session, we'll try to leave some time towards the end of the webinar for any questions you may have. And you can send them through the questions box within the GoToWebinar panel. And if we don't get to them in the session today, I'll make sure that we will be answering them through email if we don't get to them at the end of the session today. So in regards, just quickly for the agenda for today, so we'll start out with just a quick introduction. We'll talk a little bit about Intlock and who we are. I'll jump into a presentation of then how you can use search analytics to first gather your insights about your end users and what they're searching for in the portal, and then I'll show you exactly how you can take action and collaborate and engage with your users as well. So using these collaboration and engagement tools that we have. So I'll be showing Cardiolog SaaS, so this is our solution based on Power BI, as well as our new Engage package. So stick around, something you won't want to miss. And again, at the end, feel free at any time if you want to put any questions in the questions box. We'll try to get to them towards the end of the session today. So just brief introduction. Intlock has been around now for about 11 years. We're based out of Boston. And over the past 11 years, we've been focused on web analytics design for SharePoint and now Office 365. And our flagship solution is Cardiolog Analytics. It's built specifically for internal platforms, including all versions of SharePoint from 2007 to 2016, as well as SharePoint Online and Office 365. So we can also track third-party tools like Yammer, Citron, CRM tools as well. And the solution is available both on-prem as well as SaaS-based version on Power BI. Our goal is to help our customers constantly improve SharePoint based on how it's being used. So there's three kind of main pillars, three areas that we really focus and we work with our customers to improve. So the first one is monitor. So this is really talking about the tracking and the usage within SharePoint. So that's our first pillar. The second one is really engaging with the users, so asking them what their needs are, what their pain points are, what their challenges are, and what's specifically not working for them in SharePoint. And then finally, the most important pillar is to enhance. So we want to make sure that we're constantly improving SharePoint based on these pillars. And the idea here is that we can have these actionable metrics which will really allow us to make these improvements and to not only see these insights but actually have this information and take action on what we see. So why do we need analytics when talking about SharePoint, and why specifically search analytics? So the key here, coming from the general perspective, is that you can only manage what you measure. So only can we know what's going on in SharePoint. How can we actually define if our launch was successful or not, and measure if people are using it and that adoption is increasing, is by being able to measure what's going on, and that's really the end goal. So how can we measure the deployment, analyze it, and so forth? And by leveraging analytics, you can really find out whether your portal is performing as expected and if it's really truly providing value to your organization and if you're really reaching those KPIs that you've set forth. And adding on to that, with our focus today on search, I think the most important question you can really ask yourself, or an organization in general can ask themselves, is, do I know how well my search engine is performing within my intranet? So if you can't answer this question with these actionable metrics, so your efforts to improve SharePoint adoption and the overall portal may be useless. So analytics can provide you with the specific answer and of course much more. So search is really this kind of one of the most important features in an intranet, and it's really described as this default behavior of users. So that means that it's really the first thing that they do when they enter the portal. So a search engine that is designed specifically so that your employees or your partners can gather information from your company's knowledge base and locate that internal expertise with just a click of the mouse is really, that end goal. So search engines have, a huge potential, but it's really necessary to monitor them properly. And making sure your search engine provides accurate and provides pertinent results is really critical for optimizing search to its greatest potential. So again, maximizing the effectiveness of your search engine is really critical for enhancing, the overall performance of your portal and achieving those adoption goals. Because again, everything is in some way or another, they are all related. Okay, so quickly, I'm just going to jump into a demo of Cardiolog Analytics SaaS, just to give you a better idea of what I'm talking about and how you can actually create and analyze these reports. So let's move on into our Cardiolog Analytics SaaS user interface. All right. Okay. And this is our all-encompassing SaaS solution versus we do have an on-prem solution as well, which is available if you're interested in finding out any more information. But today, for our purposes, we're going to focus on our SaaS solution. And here you can see our user interface, and it's provided through a powerful Power BI data visualization interface and is hosted on Microsoft Azure servers. And Power BI is an analytics visualization engine developed by Microsoft and really provides a very comfortable user interface so that you can really explore your data through a free-form kind of drag-and-drop canvas. And it really offers a broad range of options and report authoring experiences. It really gives you that flexibility, not only with creating your own reports, but as you can see here, we have our set of pre-made reports. So Cardiolog SaaS comes with a set of pre-made reports and dashboards that we've put together in a way that we thought would be most beneficial to the users. So when we designed these reports, of course the main purpose was to provide the data, but we also wanted to take it one step further, and we built these reports in a way that helps users know how they should measure their business and portal goals. And with the experience of working in the SharePoint realm for over 11 years, that definitely came in handy to really understand what are the challenges and what are the goals that most organizations look for when improving their SharePoint portal. And we worked, with our customers as well, and with that we came up with these portal goals, and that's what we really base these dashboards off of. So for this dashboard that you can see here, this is our our usability dashboard, and it's specifically focusing on search optimization. So for our purposes today, we're going to focus on a couple of main areas where we can really focus on these search reports and extracting the information we need to be able to analyze and improve these search schemas and queries. So as I mentioned, here you can see this is our search optimization report within our usability category. So we decided to place this under the usability category as this was kind of one of the main goals that we talked a lot with our customers, was improving usability. So how exactly can we improve usability in the portal? So usability and adoption specifically, these two ideas, they really go hand in hand, but in essence, usability is really how you can improve your adoption rates. So by improving one, you can actually really improve the other. So if your users don't like the user experience, then they simply won't use SharePoint as much. So the key here is search. So if they can't find things, if they're struggling, and if it's not a good use of their time, then this is where search results can come in. You can actually analyze what's happening, what your users are searching for, what content they're not finding, and try to work to improve things based on these intelligent insights. So here you can see this is an overview of what people are searching for in the portal. And here you can see this is your total number of searches within the portal. So for our purposes today, it's just demo data, but we can infer from here that we have a total of 12,000 searches. Your total number of users who used search, so that's around 815. Your usage of search over time, so we can see here in this report, and I can actually even enlarge it as well, so you can get a really good overview of what your search looks like over time. And if you see, any kind of disturbances or disruptions within that report, then you can go back and do more research to find out what happened during this period of time. And you can also see your overall percent of successful searches versus failed searches here. And basically, you can see how your search is doing. Is it working or is it not working? And we define a failed search by one that didn't end on a click with one of the results. So here you can see your successful searches were around 49%. And here you can see your failed searches were around 50%, which is not something we would aim for. You can also see your result clicks out of searches in this widget here. And this is how you can see if people can find what they're looking for. Because if they didn't click on a search result, then they simply couldn't find what they're looking for. So here you can see that 49% of the time, people are searching for this phrase, and they clicked on this result. And then 50% of the time they're searching for something that they couldn't find and that they were looking for. So they either had to modify their search term or try to find the information they were looking for in other ways. So again, the search schema was not answering the questions that they needed during this time. So things like improving the search schema, the search queries, or specific content are things that you can take action to do when you see that there are these holes within the portal and within the search. Moving over here to this widget, so this is your average search result position, which I'll go into a little bit more detail as well, but I just wanted to highlight it. So this means whether users usually clicked on the first, the second, or the third position on the page. So that's what the search result position is defined as. And as you can see here, the average search result position is 10, which is not very good if people have to scroll to the 10th place to click on what they're searching for. So here is actually a breakdown of your search terms. So these are search terms that have been searched for the most. And for example, we can see that in our portal, the most popular search phrase right here was benefits. So if we click on that, we can see more information about this specific search phrase, which is benefits. And you can see how many times it was searched for. You can see how many users were searching for it as well. So using these same widgets, and they're very dynamic, so they reflect only this search term. And this can give you a better understanding of how popular this search term is. So for example, if you see a lot of people are searching for a particular document, you can put it on the homepage and really make their life easier or save them time, because you know that a lot of people are searching for benefits. So that's one way to really improve the usability of your portal and really take that action in a really kind of simple and easy way. And if you see the average number of results are too low, you can see if maybe content is even missing around the search term. So there's changes that you need to do around the search schema or the search phrase, or even adding content that may be missing that you see a lot of people are searching for. Or again, if it is very important to the organization and the search results are very low, then you may need to add more content around this and really push it on the homepage by adding buttons in order to push this content to your users. And here, for example, for our search term benefits, if we go back up to these widgets at the top like I showed earlier, so the result click out of searches, like I mentioned, here is around 51%. So even if they did find what they're looking for, you can even come over here to your average search result position, which is also 10, and you can see that this was, again, not very good. And this may actually be the reason why most of the searches have not been successful, because the result position was very low on the page. So let's see what were the actual search results that people did click on for this particular search phrase. So we can go here into a more in-depth search report. And you can see here the results that people actually clicked on. And the number of clicks to see how popular it was. And also you can see the specific search result position for that specific result as well. So for example, we can come in here, and again, as we're focusing on benefits, we can search for benefits. And here within this list here, we can see what were the top 5 most popular searches, although we can see a large number of searches, but specifically focusing on these top 5, we can see what was the most popular and what was populating for people when they search for this specific search term. And you can see, again, the results out of clicks of searches as well as the average search result position for a specific link as well. So for example, if we click on this one, again, everything is dynamic, so you can see the average search result position for this specific document or list would be around 8.3. So trying to get these numbers for the most popular searches and get these average search result positions as low as possible, that's really what we're aiming for. So again, when you click on this search result position, and you can see any kind of published article in your intranet and click on it and see exactly how your users got there as well. So for example, if we click on this specific piece of content, we can see here that the information is dynamic and that people were searching for business data, holidays, pension, and support to get to this specific article. And again, you can do that for any of these articles on this list. And moving over here to the right, you can also see what specific users and departments we're searching for as well. So if we come back here and we type in benefits, so here we can see that marketing was searching for benefits the most, and then moving down the list, IT and business development as well. So we can actually tailor our content based on what users and departments we're searching for the most. So if we know that many people in the marketing group were searching for benefits, then we can go ahead and put a link to benefits on the marketing team site, for example. So these are the kinds of actions that you can take in order to improve the usability and to improve the overall experience of the users in the portal. Okay, so now I'm going to transition back to our usage overview report. So this is a new report that we've created. And I really like this report specifically because it's really simple, and it's divided into 3 main categories. So we have here, you can see our content, our adoption, and our search. And again, we're focusing mainly on search today, but the great part about this report is that you can focus on the parts of the portal that you're interested in. So you can actually drill down here with your portal tree filter, sorry about that. So you can actually drill down, so whether you're interested in seeing your overall portal statistics as well as your team sites, You can drill down into your list, so then everything is dynamic and will update accordingly for your lists. You can also drill down to see specific items like news, blogs, specific libraries, wikis, and you can really drill down onto any object within the portal. So this is really a nice feature and something that it can be very useful for understanding very specific parts of the portal and what people are searching for as well. So here on this right-hand side where we focus on search, so we can see our top search phrases, and we can again see our successful versus failed. So it's that same metric that I showed you previously, but it's kind of in a very simple display. And we can click on each term to find out the rate, and also we can see once again that it's very dynamic. So for example, let's click on our holiday search term. And based upon that, we can actually come over here to our adoption metrics, and really quickly and really easily we can see which departments are searching for the most. So like I said, we can easily surface this content. So for example, now we can see that for holidays, the quality assurance department was searching for that specific search term the most. And we can again go down this list, and we can also drill down. And we should also be able to see, I have a slight internet lag, but we can also see which users are searching for holidays the most as well. Let's try to do this. There we go. Okay, there we go. So for example, we can even drill down within specific groups and find out which users are most active in this specific group, and again see what they're searching for the most. And we can also leverage this content, like I said, so easily surfacing this content. So for example, if we drill back up and we see that we can drill down on our marketing department. Oops, one sec. There we go. Okay. So here we can drill down on our marketing department, and we can see that our marketing department is searching for business data the most. And again, we can focus on the marketing site and see exactly what they're searching for over here based upon our content as well. So for example, we can drill down within our portal. There we go. And we can see exactly what our page views are and our number of users. So for example, if we see that many people are searching from the marketing department for business data, we can leverage that and put that on the marketing team site as well. And again, if we go to our failed versus search graph chart here, I'll just circle back to this one for a moment. We can actually see where our challenges are. So for example, we have our holidays calendar, which is a search term that retrieved a failed search. And the idea here is that people are wasting time and they can't find the information that they need. So let's surface that content and save them a lot of time. And again, this report is really simple, and it's a really nice report for a quick glance and to really understand how your content is interacting with your departments and with your users, and again, how your search is also interacting with your users and your departments as well. And it's really simple. Up at the top, you can filter by date range as well, and again, by any specific area within the portal, so not just the entire environment, but also within a specific site or within a community as well. And one other really nice feature that I'd like to show you guys is this Ask a Question feature that comes in Power BI. And sometimes the fastest way to get an answer from your data is to simply ask a question in the most natural form and in the natural language. So this is a really nice feature in Power BI. You can ask a question using this intuitive natural language, and you can receive answers in charts and graphs. So for example, I can search how many searches, and here you can see these are your total number of overall searches within your portal. Then you can search, for example, how many searches by month. So here you can see a chart with how many searches by month. We can make it into a nice visual as a line graph as well. We can also search how many searches by state. So here, for example, if you have departments across the world or across the US, for in this example, you can see which searches within each state are most active. So you can infer, which branches are most active using search. And average number of search results by search terms. So you can actually get a really nice result here as well. And this just gives you that really nice visual that you can easily just type into your into this ask a question box and get these answers immediately without having to do too much effort. So that's one of my favorite features of Power BI. So that's what I wanted to show you within this ask a question box. And now I just want to wander to Engage, which I spoke to you guys about previously. So this is Cardiolog Engage. This is our collaboration and engagement tool, and this really allows you to take action based upon these metrics that I showed you previously. So this is really easy way to target your users and really use these insights that you've seen and put them to action and really engage with them. So here, for example, you can ask users if they found what they're looking for on a particular site or even across the portal in general. So here we can ask people if they found what they're looking for. We can select this from some of our pre-selected items. So then you can simply click on that, and here you get to this page where you can decide who exactly you would like to target. So if you want to target new users, that's great. You can target inactive users. You can also target engaged users. You can target everyone, or as something called groupies, which is an existing segment that you may have in Cardiolog Analytics, or you can create your own group. So for our purposes today, let's go ahead and target everyone. And then it'll allow me to select a channel. So you can actually send them a text message, a desktop notification, which you can see here, an email, a chat, or even an in-app message. So here, this is our in-app message, and this can be a pop-up. It can also be full screen. It can be a header, a footer, a sticker, for example, a yellow note. So the options are really endless here. But for our purposes, let's choose pop-up. And then you can go in and actually customize your text. So here we can say, let us know how we're doing. And we can simply ask our users, are you able to find the things you need in the portal? And this can, be in the overall portal on a specific site. So, for example, if a site owner wants to know if their users are finding what they need on the specific site, and then they can also optimize their sites in this way as well. And the customization is really nice. There's a lot of options for customizing as well. And then you can actually select a trigger. So once you select a trigger, you have a few options. So you can enact it right now. You can act it during a scheduled period of time. You can actually do a triggered trigger, so setting up a trigger to run the campaign based on user behavior. You also have a web request, so triggering from an external service such as IFTT or Zapier, and you have smart timing as well, so letting us find the right time to trigger a campaign. And once that's in place, you can easily communicate announcements or any kind of web alerts, ads, links, just all within a matter of minutes. And this is very useful for collecting information on your users and really understanding how that user experience is, how it's going, and really getting that personal kind of account from your users, as well as taking these insights that you've found with your analytics and also using those insights in order to target your users and share information with them or ask for their feedback. So that's just a quick example of some of the things that you can achieve using Cardiolog Analytics SaaS, and specifically with search analytics. So I hope you learned a few things today, and I think that's all the time that we have at the moment. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to enter them into the search box now. Or if you have any questions after the session, feel free to email us at info@intlock.com. We'll be happy to take any kind of questions you may have. And again, we will be sending out the recording, so if you would like, we can send out the recording to you, and you can pass it on to your colleagues as well. And I'll just give you guys a minute in case you have anything you would like to add into the chat box. Okay, so John is asking if there is any kind of free trial for Cardiolog Analytics SaaS. So the answer to that is yes. So there is a free trial. There is a 14-day free trial for Cardiolog Analytics SaaS, as well as a 21-day trial for our on-prem version. So in the event that anyone is interested, feel free to send me a message, and I'll be sure to get you squared away with that. Okay, and Rebecca is asking if this solution is available to track Yammer. So we can track Yammer. So we can track Yammer as well as with Cardiolog Analytics SaaS, as well as Citrion or any kind of SharePoint social as well. So these are things that we can track, and we'd be happy to show you more information. Again, if anyone is interested in a personal demo, our team would be happy to provide you with that as well. And if you have any specific questions in terms of installation or anything like that, we'll be happy to get back to you with those details in an email. So I will take note of that as well, and I will let you guys know about anything related to that. Okay. Great. Okay, so I think that's all the time we have, but I do see we have a few more questions, but since we're running a little bit short on time, we will get back to everyone with all your questions in an email. And thanks so much for joining us, and we will be sending out the recording shortly. And again, have a great day, and thanks for joining.